sure to check out Agelessgeeks for your figures and collectibles. So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredevil 19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Revoltech exclusive Amazing Yamaguchi Invisible Color version, Venom. So let's get into it right away and take a quick look at the box. So we do get the basic style box when it comes to the Amazing Yamaguchi line. So we do get the one right there on the front of the box. On the top does the Amazing Yamaguchi Venom Invisible Color version. I'm guessing right here that means it's their third exclusive. I've never seen them make an exclusive before. This is my first time seeing one. Then we do get a cool image of the Venom figure. Says Marvel at the bottom, Amazing Yamaguchi, Revoltech, and Kaiyodo or Kaiyodo. And then here is the bottom of the box with a really cool image of Venom there. Then the top of the box does have another awesome image of Venom. And here is the one side of the box with the continuation of the image from the front of the box. And the other side here does have a cool image of the Venom figure once again. Then the back of it does show a bunch of really cool poses you can get the figure into along with some of the accessories. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this figure over to take a closer look at this Venom, who has a translucent type look to him, which actually looks really cool. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look, and oh man, I am really loving the translucent look to this Venom here. When I first pre-ordered it, I didn't even know it was a translucent look. I thought it just had like gray shading instead of having it look like that purplish blue like how the original one looks. And I will show you a comparison after this, but this thing looks great. I do like the more all black look to Venom here. It just looks sick. And he's totally translucent. Every piece is translucent. Let me see if you guys could get a better look if I cut off a couple of the lights. I mean, see how you can see around his arm, you can see my hand under it. It's all throughout the figure, even by the legs, the torso, even the head plate right there, and the hands and everything. So I really do love the translucent look to this Venom here. One thing that is annoying the hell out of me, which was just like with the original Venom, the head plate constantly falls off. The one that does come on the figure out of the packaging, the other one pegs in very nicely, but this one pops off so much it irritates the damn hell out of me. I love the sculpt of the head and the jaw and everything. The teeth look really cool. The paint's good on them. It's just they missed 2 teeth with some of the white paint. The larger one on the bottom and one of the middle top teeth. So that is a bit disappointing. 2 main issues I do have with this figure is they did not glue pieces securely enough. This piece right here, the shoulder blade type piece, popped off on me, so I had to glue it back on myself. And then same with the left knee, that popped off as well. I had to glue that back on. Nothing broke, it just unglued. So that definitely is not a good thing there. But the sculpt of the neck looks great. You can see like the veins and the symbiote veins all over the figure, and it looks fantastic. The symbiotes all coming off the arms and everything. It's the same exact Venom as the original one. I love the way the spider logo turned out. That looks great. Very clean paint all throughout the white, and we get a beautiful gray shading in the white as well, which turned out really nice. Just awesome sculpt on this Venom. And then the back of the spider symbol turned out really good too. And we do get a couple peg holes, one for the stand, and then we do get 2 on each shoulder blade pieces for his symbiote tendrils. The arms look great, so do the legs. I mean, everything turned out great with the sculpt and the paint, and the translucent look just, I feel like, makes this figure 10 times better. And if you do love the original, I would definitely recommend getting this one, especially if you do like a translucent look. Some people might not like it, but I think it works really good for the symbiote, you know what I mean? But overall, I think Revoltech did a beautiful job on the detail when it comes to this Venom. But anyway, let's continue on with this review. Alright, so here's a quick side-by-side comparison of the original Amazing Yamaguchi Venom and now the exclusive Invisible version. And like I said, I do like the more black look a lot better compared to this like bluish, purplish type look. I mean, this one looks great, but this is definitely the one I do prefer. And even the tongue is translucent, but the tongue and his gums are a different color compared to this Venom. You can see it's more of a maroon, much darker compared to that one. And this one does have the nice shading and the spider symbol, while this one does not. But that is really the only difference between the two. The color of the symbiote, the shading in the spider logo, and then you do get a difference in color of the gums. And of course, he is translucent, why he is not. They're both great, but for me personally, That one is now my new favorite, but anyway, let's keep moving on. Moving on to the accessories, we get some cool stuff with this Venom, the same stuff that we got with the original, but with these accessories, they are translucent, unlike the original. So what we do get this extended Revoltech stand. So instead of the arm just being 2 pieces, it's 3 pieces, and I really love that they included a longer stand with Venom. I thought that was such a really cool idea of them to do that. We do have the base, the extended arm, and then we do have the clamp, and it does have the basic stand articulation. You have that extra arm there, so you get a little bit more of some wacky movement with it. So we do get the awesome stand, and then we also get 2 interchangeable head plates, his tongue, and then we do get an extra Revoltech joint. And starting on the left, we do get the regular head plate that does come on the figure out of the packaging, and his eyes are just opened regularly. And then on the right, we do get the right eye that's closed a little bit or squinted, and then the left eye is open regularly, and we get some very nice sculpt detail throughout both of them, and they are translucent plastic. They are also very easy to swap out. The one that does come on the figure out of the packaging, as I mentioned before, does not like to stay on the top of the head, so we do get the interchangeable head plates, and then we also get his tongue. And I love the way this tongue looks, since it is also translucent. It does look slimy. It does have a nice like sculpted texture to it as well, but I really dig the translucent plastic on this figure, man. I think it's so damn cool looking, and I'm going to show you how to put the tongue on in a second along with the faces. So we get that, and then we do get an extra Revoltech joint, and this looks like it is the neck joint there. I feel like they should have included maybe some shoulder joints or something like that, but definitely awesome when they include extra joints. I'm going to show you how to swap the tongue and the head plates right now. And as I said, the way you swap the head plates is very simple. There is a peg on the top of the head, so when you want to swap them out, you have the regular eyes on right there, so all you do is just pull up. That one does not peg in very well. Then you take the other one here and just peg that on there, and that one pegs in nice and secure, so it stays on there. It doesn't fall off or anything like that. But you can see the difference with the eyes right there, how the right eye is a bit more closed compared to the left one. It has more of like a crazy Venom type look. And the way you get the tongue on, you can see you do have a peg hole right there, so you just take the tongue here and peg that in like so, and then there you go. You have Venom with his crazy cool tongue there. And once you have the tongue on, I think the figure looks even more awesome. So we do get that stuff, and then we finally get 4 different symbiote tendrils or symbiote tentacles. So we do get 2 longer ones here, and they're pretty much the same. They're just flipped around, as you can see right there, and these are also translucent, as you can see right there. Beautiful sculpt all throughout them, and we do have a ball hinge at the bottom, and then there's also a ball hinge in the middle right there, so you can articulate that. And it does also have a peg hole in case you want to peg this one in there or one of the smaller ones, which is definitely cool. So we do get the longer ones, and then we do get the 2 shorter ones, and these are the same, just switched around, as you can see there. And of course these are also a translucent plastic, and they do have a ball hinge on the bottom. They also have a ball hinge in the middle as well, and I'm going to show you how to put these on right now. And the way you get Venom's tendrils on is pretty simple. So on the shoulder blade pieces here, we do have a peg hole on the top on each side, then we do have a peg hole on the bottom on each side. So usually I take the longer tendrils and I peg them in the bottom ones, and the bottom ones are on an angle, so you're gonna have to peg it in on an angle. Some of them you do have to use a bit of force to get on there. Let's get this one on here. There we go. And take these shorter ones, and you can peg them in whichever peg hole you want. You don't have to do it the way I'm doing it. You can do it however. But once you have them on there, it looks really cool, and it's definitely some awesome accessories to include with Venom, some symbiote tendrils, because it looks dope once you have them on the figure. But anyway, that is all the accessories included with Venom. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review, shall we? Now for the height of Venom, to the very top of his head, it looks like he's about 6.5 inches tall. And then here he is compared to the Revoltech Amazing Yamaguchi Magneto, Carnage, Original Venom, and the SH Figure Arts Homecoming Spider-Man. And then here he is compared to the SH Figure Arts Infinity War Captain America, the Infinity War Hulk, Thanos, and the NECA Ultimate Edition Ahab Predator. And then here he is compared to the Storm Collectibles Smoke, the SH Figure Arts Sage Mode Naruto, the Mafex Tactical Suit Batman, and the Figma Black Swordsman Guts. And then here he is compared to the SH Figure Arts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku and the Mezco 112 Deadpool. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the reading. So now for the articulation, and before we go over that, I just want to let you guys know that Revoltech did make his joints much tighter on this figure, and that was a huge issue with the original Venom. So very happy that Revoltech was able to make the joints a little more tighter instead of having a loosey-goosey figure. So the tongue is articulated, it's on a hinge, and it can swivel as well, so that is definitely awesome. The head here goes up that much. You can move it down about 3 clicks, so you can get it down that much. The jaw can move a little bit and side to side, as you can see there. It is like a separate floating type piece, but it's not as loose as the original Venom. Then you can get swivel at the top of the head as well. So he has kind of wacky head articulation. There's that stupid head cap popping off constantly. And then the neck here goes up and down about 2-3 clicks actually. So you can get them to look pretty much all the way down, and then you can't really get them to look up too much, but it's decent. And then you do get a little bit of pivot there, and then it slightly swivels. So okay movement at the head, jaw, and neck. Now for the torso here, it's only one joint really. The waist and the torso are pretty much just a large Revoltech joint, so you can get Venom to crunch forward 90 degrees. Doesn't really go back too much. You can get some pivot out of it, and then you could swivel it at the waist, because the swivel at the torso is more like a pivot, as you can see right there. Then we do get a point of articulation at like the shoulder blade here, so it can move forward and back. It can move in and out a little bit, and it can pivot as well. Then for the shoulder at the top of the arm here, it does swivel where it connects into the arm and where it connects into the body. And then the arms can pretty much go all the way out, so that's definitely good. The elbow here, single jointed elbow that bends in all the way, and it does swivel where it connects into both parts of the arm. And then the wrists here, they do swivel and hinge back and forth, and all the fingers are articulated. The thumb, index, and middle finger are individually articulated, and then the pinky and the ring finger are connected together right there. They are sculpted together, as you can see. Now for the leg here, or the legs, Venom can kick forward 90 degrees, which is definitely good. Goes to the back just a tiny bit, and then using the thigh cut, you can get him to almost Jean-Claude Van Damme it. These will not move out to the side, the hip joint. What does that is the thigh joint right there. So you don't get swivel out of it, it just moves out to the side. He has some really odd leg articulation. Then we do get these single jointed knees that bend back a little more than 90 degrees, so that's definitely good. Then the ankles do swivel. They hinge up pretty well. If you tuck the foot under the ankle, it'll hinge up a little bit more. If you don't, you won't be able to get it to hinge up any further. And then the ankles go all the way down, so nice hinging down there. And then we do get a beautiful ankle pivot with this Venom, and then of course we do have that little toe hinge there. So overall, Revoltech is definitely known for their articulation, and this figure is not as good with articulation as some of the other figures in the line, but you're still going to be able to get them into pretty much any type of Venom-like poses, and I'm about to show you some of those right about now. But anyway, that is my review of the Revoltech exclusive Amazing Yamaguchi Invisible version Venom. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this figure between a 1 through 10, I'd have to give it an even 8. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this figure, I did get mine from Agelessgeeks, but he is sold out of them as of right now. You can check other retailers. Not sure where you'll be able to find this, but you could always get your other figures and collectibles from Agelessgeeks.com, or I would recommend going through their Instagram or Facebook page. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell. And if you liked it, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, oh well, I guess you didn't like it. But thanks for watching. I will see you later. versus Marvel at the bottom. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Here's the top of the box, another cool image of Venom once again. Then the other side, I didn't even go over one of the sides of the boxes. Damn it! His joints much tighter. That was a huge issue. Damn it! Thanos and the NECA Uchiba. The SH figure art. What? That's Storm Collectibles. God damn it!